What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Noluckadded podcast, the podcast for young entrepreneurs. Listen, man, I'm not going to waste no time. We're going to jump right into the episode, but I do need you to do me a favor. If the content in this episode, if it does anything for you, right? If it helps you in your business, if it helps you in your life, please share it out. Please leave a review and make sure that you subscribe. That's all I need. Let's jump to the episode.
Yeah, great morning, everybody. Welcome to the Noluckadded podcast. This is the #1 podcast for young entrepreneurs. What's going on? Yeah. Great morning. Listen, y'all, listen. I'm super excited this morning. My energy is on a high this morning. Y'all in trouble this morning. What's good, Kenny? Y'all in trouble this morning. I'm telling you, listen, I'm ready to talk heavy. We're going to talk heavy today. We're going to talk heavy this morning, y'all. Because one thing, I'm just going to jump into it. One thing that I'm realizing in this entrepreneur space, especially for us young entrepreneurs, we sleep on ourselves, right? We sleep on ourselves. Like, we be trying to be humble. Like, we be trying, you know what I'm saying, to kind of keep things in their proper perspective. We just started off on the journey, whatever, right? But we be sleeping on ourselves, y'all. Like, we be sleeping, right? We don't fully talk our stuff. But today, I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna push you to talk your stuff today, right? Because one thing that I know about us entrepreneurs, y'all, one thing that I know about us is that we're gifted. Right? One thing that I know about us is that we're creative. We got all these ideas and all these things that's just flowing from us, right? But sometimes we forget just how dope we are, right? Sometimes we forget just how dope we really are. So today, I'm going to remind you just how dope you are. But you know, on this podcast, y'all, we got a mantra, right? We say it every single morning. And I just believe if we get this in our spirit, right? If we really walk in this, like if we really accept it, if we really embrace it and we really walk in this, I'm telling you, y'all, it shifts your mindset. It makes you walk with a different aura, with a different energy. And that mantra goes just like this: God wants me to win. Every time I say it, God wants me to win, right? And if God wants me to win, guess what? I'm destined for greatness. If God wants me to win, I'm destined for greatness, y'all. If God wants me to win, I just got to get through all the get-throughs. If God wants me to win, that means I'm on a divine path. I got a divine purpose. If God wants me to win, then I must win. As long as I don't give up, as long as I don't stop on the journey, I must win. And I just believe that, y'all. Like, I say that to myself every morning before I even get on here. God wants me to win. Therefore, I must win. Now, let's jump into the topic for today. Y'all know I don't like to waste no time on this podcast. I'm seeing a lot of us, right, who jump on the live. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram right now. I also got the podcast. Go subscribe to the podcast, y'all, on all platforms. Noluckadded. I'm seeing a theme, right? A lot of us, like, we put ourselves out there, but not fully. Right? A lot of us, we got a lot of gifts. We got a lot of talents. We got some things that we do, but we don't really talk about it very often. Right? And one thing that I realized, y'all, early on, like a couple years ago, I'm not going to say early on. A couple years ago, I realized that there's this resounding theme amongst successful people. And some people may say, oh, I know what that is. Like, it's work ethic. Yeah, we all know that. That's cliche. Right? It's time or whatever. You can throw out all these different things, but the one thing that I found is that they truly know themselves. Hear what I'm saying? They truly know themselves. I'm talking about they spend money on understanding themselves. Hear what I'm saying? Please hear what I'm saying. They spend money on understanding themselves, and then they just move authentically. Let me say that again.
they spend money knowing themselves, and they move authentically. So one of the things that I did a couple years back, I did what's called a DISC assessment, right? I did a DISC assessment. Right, this was years ago. This is before I even really had a business. Well, I had a fitness business called 2-3 Mentality. It's on Instagram. You can go look at it. That was the very first business I ever really started, right? Had the LLC. I had everything going, right? But I didn't know me. I didn't know what my gifts were. I didn't fully know who I was. I didn't fully know like how I was wired. I didn't realize self-awareness. Like Kenny said, self-awareness is key, y'all. All of us, if you're in this journey, let's stop talking about work ethic. Everybody should have work ethic. If you don't got work ethic, get out the game. Get out the game. We're going deeper than work ethic, right? We're going way deeper than work ethic. We know that that's a prerequisite. We understand that. But I'm saying, how deep do you know you? How do you really know yourself? I'm talking about, do you really understand your gifting? Do you really understand your wiring? Do you really understand that there's nobody like you? You're the first of you. That's why I don't get on here and give advice and stuff like that. I just talk about my experience. Why? Because you're the one-on-one. So even if I was to give advice, that doesn't mean that it fits you. I've gotten a lot of advice in my life, and it didn't always fit. Now, there were some things I took and I adjusted and I molded it to myself. But what I've learned is I'm of one. And when somebody's giving you advice, they're going off of their limited experience in their life and their gifting. So I took this DISC assessment, y'all, and it taught me something about myself. Now, the thing I love about the DISC assessment is it shows you who you really are, and then it shows you who you are when people are watching. It's deep. It's deep. It's one of the most accurate personality assessments you could ever take, made by the same people who made the lie detector test. This mug is deep. It shows you who you really are, and then who you are when people are paying attention to what you're doing. And I realized that I was living my life not authentically. I was living my life in my adaptive nature. So my natural is a high D, meaning I'm demanding, driving, aggressive, those type of things, right? But I wasn't living like that. I was actually I was shrinking myself and pretending to be something that I was not. And hear what I'm saying. Once I really fully grasped who I was, like I spent time on this DISC assessment, y'all. Once I grasped who I was, I said, listen, take it or leave it. This is who I am, and this is what I'm going to do. And I stood on that, y'all. And then from there, I'm telling you, life became a lot sweeter. I stopped trying to fit myself into certain things. I understood exactly who I was and who I was authentically. Now, check this out. The reason why this is important is because that's going to be like your number one guide on your journey. I'm not trying to listen. Everything that my wife does for the business, everything that she does, that's her gifting. I don't even go into that. I'm not the super organized. I'm not that. I'm not the methodical. I'm going to just take this amount of time and do. No, I'm not that. I'm gonna wake up and I'm a sniper when it comes. I know myself. So now I'm able to surround myself with the people that I need to surround myself with that have the other gifting. Now, check this out. I love this example, right? I love this example because we all seen The Lion King. If you have not seen The Lion King, go watch it, right? Go watch it. You should have seen The Lion King by now. But this is the perfect example. Simba had a calling on his life. I'm not trying to preach. Hear what I'm saying. Simba had a calling. Simba was supposed to be king. When his dad died or whenever he was going to die, now we know how that ended, right? Spoiler alert, right? If you ain't seen it, sorry for you, right? But we understand that his dad, whenever his dad was going to die, he was going to become king. He knew that. At the beginning of the movie, Simba saying, I just can't wait to be king. Like Simba is going off in the beginning of the movie. He accepted his calling. Something happens. Hear what I'm saying. We're not talking about Simba. We're talking about entrepreneurship. We're talking about your journey right now. Something tragic happens. His dad dies. His dad is killed, right? And then when that happens, somebody sneaks in and talks Simba out of his destiny. Can y'all please follow what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the Lion King. Hear what I'm saying? Because some of us, we've been duped. We've been duped. That's why we take this whole thing. Well, I'm just going to be humble. Humble is not, listen to what I'm saying. Humble is not like downing yourself. That's not what it is. It's not dulling your light. That's not what it is. Humble is staying connected to your source, staying connected to who you are, staying grounded. But it ain't this thing where we sit back and we say, oh man, you know, I'm not really. No, listen, you're accomplishing some stuff. You've built some stuff. You've done some stuff. You got some gifts that other people don't got. Stop dulling your light. We're not doing that. So Simba dulls his light, right? Simba's like, okay, you know what? Forget being king. I'm out. Simba's out. Simba dips off into the woods somewhere. He hooks up with two people, right? I'm not going to give y'all the whole story. We going somewhere. Now he's acting uncharacteristic of a lion. Hear what I'm saying? My man out there, he eating bugs. He doing all type of stuff. He out there dancing. Hakuna Matata. Simba doing all type of stuff that has nothing to do with his calling. Hear what I'm saying? I want you to see yourself in this because I've done this. This was me. I've been the dude that tried to dull my light. I've been the person who was acting uncharacteristic of what I was called and to be and what I was. He's out there acting the fool, doing other things, right? Years go by, years and years and years go by. Because Simba is gone, people are suffering now. Whenever you're not in your gift, I know you're doing business, I understand it, but your business should also be helping some type of community. What you get from your business should also serve a purpose. If it's just about you, I promise you, RIB Athletics, the business that we're building, is not just about us. Eventually, we're going to have employees. Eventually, it's going to be about their dreams too. Eventually, it's going to be about them feeding their families too. Eventually, I got this big vision. Eventually, I want to build a community center for young people who grew up like me. I want to teach them entrepreneurship. I want to teach them a different way. But if I was not in my gift and I was trying to stay in this mindset of, well, I'm just going to shrink like Simba did, people were suffering because Simba was gone. There was a famine because Simba was gone. There was a dictator because Simba was gone. Then Rafiki's like, listen, I got to go get this dude. I'm your Rafiki today, right? I'm your Rafiki today. Rafiki's like, yo, I got to go get this dude because we suffering right now. I got to go get him. Rafiki goes and gets Simba. Fast forward the story a little bit. He brings Simba to the water and he said something that was so profound, y'all. He said, remember who you are. Remember. Brings him to the water, shows him himself. Remember who you are. You're a king. You're a lion. You're a winner. Hear what I'm saying. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. If you're listening to this podcast, I'm talking to you right now. Remember who you are. Remember your gifting. Remember the grace. Remember all the things that's over your life. Remember the things that you came through to get here. Remember all the obstacles. Remember the mindset that you used to have. Remember who you are. Stop shrinking. Stop sleeping on yourself. Stop sleeping on your business. Stop sleeping on what you're building. I know you ain't on the level that you want to be on. I get it. But you on a level. We're going to talk our stuff today. You on a level. Yeah, I may not be at that six-figure mark. We was real close this year. Hear what I'm saying? I'm not at that six-figure mark yet, but I done some stuff. I come from poverty. I come from nothing. I don't want to say nothing. Let me not say that. I come from something, right? My mom was something, right? My beginnings was something. But y'all understand what I mean when I say I come from nothing. I don't come from the mindset of entrepreneurship. I don't come from the mindset of using money to make money. I don't come from that mindset. I don't come from that. But I know who I am and I know where I'm going. I'm the one that's going to break those break those generational curses. I'm the one that's going to make sure my kids never have to want. I'm the one. And you're the one. Just like Simba was the one. And once Simba realized who he was and remembered who he was, remembered what his destiny was, and he stopped living this shell of a life. Once he started walking in his boldness, once he started walking in his purpose and his divine path, guess what happens after that? We all know the story. We all know the story. What happens? And all I'm saying to you today is stop sleeping on yourself, man. Stop it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But you've accomplished some stuff. You're killing your goals. Now, like I said, you may be scrolling up and down Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and you're comparing yourself to people who do things similar to you, but that's their story and that's their path. And some people didn't start from zero, right? That ain't no knock. I ain't knocking nobody. Everybody's zero is different. But when I say we started from zero, we really started from zero. When I say like we literally didn't have nothing tucked away, none of that type of stuff, no safety net, we really didn't have one. And I was dealing with my own poverty mindset while trying to build. Those are two things that's working against me. What if the people that you're comparing yourself to, I heard this on a podcast by Andy Frisella, what if the people that you're comparing yourself to are actually less capable than you? They just been on the journey longer. What they less capable. And you're comparing yourself, not understanding who you truly are, not understanding what you're truly capable of, not understanding what your true capacity is. Are we going deep today? Because I need you to gear your mind around it. I need you to understand just how far you can really take this thing. I need you to understand just how gifted you really are. I need you to understand. I need you to we're God's greatest investment, y'all. Every single one of us in our own way. Nobody can do what I do. Nobody can do what I do, and like nobody can do what you do. Now they may do something similar. We got to be authentically ourselves, y'all. And we got to be okay with that. We got to be okay with that. And I know a lot of times we're judging our self-worth based off of where we are in life, based off of let's be honest, we're really basing it off of monetary things. Oh man, I don't got the biggest house, all these different things, right? We basing it off of that, but that ain't got nothing to do. That ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you're dope. That ain't got nothing to do with that. Now, I don't talk to lazy people. I don't talk to people who not on a journey. I don't talk. So if you tuned into this podcast and that's you, you're like, you're not really doing nothing, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the people that know like they know who they used to be and who they are now. I'm talking to the people that know like they know that got something deep within. Hear what I'm saying? Something deep within. No matter what it looks like, I done been through hell on this journey. I talk about it all the time. You can go down my timeline right now. I told y'all not even last year, 6 months ago, I was over $20,000 in debt on my home because I went down this path and I was feeling unsure about myself. Everything was smooth before I went down this rugged path. Everything was smooth. Bills paid. Great career. I decided to veer off and go down some other path. I decided to do the hard thing. All hell breaks loose for 2 years. God showed me grace. God showed me mercy. Didn't lose. Listen, I thought I was going to lose. But I still got in the battle. I got in the fight because I understood that if I don't take a shot, now my kids got to live. They'll live a good life. You know, they would have been able to do some things. But I'm trying to make sure they live a great life. And their kids got to live. I'm tired. In my community, we always passing the baton backwards. I hate that. I'm trying to pass it forward. So my kids can, when they leave off the launching pad, they gone. So some of you can relate to what I'm saying right now. You've been through the hardest parts of it. because you started from zero. You're going through the hardest parts of the journey, but your kids will thank you for that. Your future, your grandkids, they gonna thank you for that. Your last name might have not meant nothing up until this point. It's gonna mean something after you, though. It's gonna mean something after you. So understand and remember that. Remember. It's like Rafiki. I told you, I'm Rafiki today. You heard what I'm saying? I'm Rafiki today. Remember. Because sometimes I got to remind myself, Destry, listen, I know, I get it. Like we locked in on the goal. We locked in on the vision. I am a results-driven person. I know this because, like I told you, the DISC assessment, one of my my number one value is economics. That's my number one value. Results. I want results. I got to see results. And sometimes I'm looking at those results that I'm going to have, and I'm not looking at the results that I have. And I got to put things back into its proper perspective and remember how dope I really am. And I want you to remember the same thing. Listen, if you got any value from this podcast, I need you to go subscribe. On Mondays and Fridays, we live. On Tuesday through Thursday, we strictly on the podcast and we breaking down some business stuff. Mondays more motivational. Fridays is more of a pick me up. Tuesdays tomorrow we gonna break down like business. We breaking down real business stuff, y'all. Right? We breaking and I'm not gonna do it on the live. You can only get it through subscribing to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, all those different things. Listen, I ain't here trying to sell you nothing. Right? I ain't trying to sell you nothing, but I do want you to subscribe to the podcast. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Don't you ever forget who you are and what you're destined to be. Peace.